Hello, 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 everybody. It is now time for me. Hi. We're gonna get things set up right here. I'm still rocking the Rise and Fight Again shirts. Remember, shop.spreadshirt.ca/Phoenix League. Get some cool amp guard swag. I'm gonna try to wear this hat with my headphones. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. I'm looking there because that's where I am, but you guys are here. It'll be great. Don't worry. So right now, I need to confirm something. Just because I am the host of this, I'm kind of doing all this on the same device as we've been restreaming everything on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do I sound good in comparison to the game volume? It should be. We did our checks, but we want to make sure. Cool. So in addition, I'm going to introduce, I've got my two AmpGuard or couch commentary here, and they have never seen this game before, so this should be interesting. Please welcome Grimbone.
Hey, that's me, the Grimbone.
And Mila.
Hello, hello. I'm here too.
Do they sound fine? Can you hear them okay? Everybody sounds good? All right. So without further ado, it's time to quest with some cats. So
all right.
Auto Splitter's not here, so I'm gonna have to time it manually. That's fine. So I'm just gonna go into the game and explain things as we go.
It says Mew Game.
It says Mew Game. Mew Game is coming out August 8th on International Cat Day. Get ready for Mew Game. All right, so. On the count of three, we are going to begin. 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Cat Quest 2. And just so you know, our couch commentary is on a bit of a delay, so they'll be reacting to stuff after...
How is Couch Quest 1? Or Cat Quest 1?
Couch Quest 1? What'd you say?
Couch Quest. How is Cat Quest 1?
It's good. It's good, but it's very much like a kind of a first game kind of thing. Playing this is just like, oh my god, so much better. Like, they learned 1,000,001 lessons going from the previous game to this one. So just to explain what's going on real quick, we are playing as a cat and a dog. As you can see on the screen, we control kind of both of them at the same time. Whichever one we are not directly or actively using will be controlled by the AI. And the AI is pretty freaking dumb, so we're not going to really rely on it for anything. So that said, Grimbone and Mila, you can choose right now who is going to be our combat character and who is going to be our speedy character, because we have the advantage of being able to use one character to hold all our speed items and the other character to do all our like fighty bits.
I think Amy's telling me that the dog should be the fighter and the cat should be the speed.
All right, dog should be the fighter, cat should be the speed. That's good because that's the reverse of what it normally is. So perfect. Cool. So right here we're going through the waypoint system, the King's Markers for the first time. And this is where I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story. So once upon a time, this evil entity named Alias showed up. And he corrupted the kings of the land. But a prophecy came out and foretold that one day those kings would return. And we are those prophesized returned kings. So... we've met with our little Navi character here, Kiri, and she's told us like, "Hey, you're back. We need to go reclaim your kingdoms from the evil corrupted kings." So that's what we're gonna go do.
Out there? Is that what that was?
What? Oh, that's a cat nap. That's our cat nap.
Oh.
So what we did there was we went and put a little. We saved there because we're gonna death warp later. Because what we're doing now is going to steal some loot from a level 99 dungeon, and the way taking items works in this game is if you don't have aggro, you can open chests. So if you know how to kind of manipulate stuff and kite things, you can go steal some stuff that you shouldn't be taking. Not everything is accessible, but this is right near the start of the game. So doing this is going to be really good for us. And oh, dog died. That's not good. Okay, so the AI has situational invulnerability. Sometimes it's completely immune to everything. Sometimes it will die, and because it's really dumb and not actively trying to dodge anything, you can see
it's got the bad
Okay.
the bad AI.
So we're gonna lure everything over here, and I didn't really talk about the spells yet, but you saw me freezing things there. At the start of the game, you get 2 spells, Freeze Paw and Flame Purr. So that the dash that you're gonna see in a second is intentional, and that's gonna bring us all the way back to where we saved.
Yeah, getting you out of the dungeon.
Yeah, and now we're gonna go into this little ruin. So this ruin here is like a wave-based combat thing where you fight a bunch of enemies and you get loot based on that. Okay, whoops, we're playing Battle Dog, right? So that means we're gonna do this. Oh my god, this is gonna be weird for the first second while I reconfigure my mind. This, Battle Dog. There we go. Okay. So what we stole from that was the Skeleton King armor, which gives us a bunch of armor and a bunch of magic. So right now we're only level 3, and this is a level 10 dungeon, and we can kind of like one-shot everything in there with our Flame Purrs. Now that's not going to last forever, because we are going to be moving through this game at like Mach 10, but it will take us a good ways of the way for now. What we are going to be grabbing from these ruins here is the Ranger Axe. The fastest way to move in this game is rolling, and the Ranger set increases our roll speed. So,
gotcha.
Axe equals roll.
Oh wow.
Any questions right off the bat?
No, it looks pretty straightforward so far.
Cool. So now we're going to continue with the story a little bit. We're going to meet Kit Kat. Kit Kat is a blacksmith, and she is one of the people that kind of knows that we are the returned kings, and we're supposed to go kind of talk to her and get her help. So we head over to this cave. This is a weird writing choice. When you approach the cave, you get this sign that says like, help me, and then you get inside and she's like, oh hey, I'm too lazy, can you go grab some ore? There's absolutely nothing that she's afraid of. She's just like, grab this ore for me. So this is kind of one of the little tutorial caves, shows you about dungeons, shows you about enemies, all the little loot, how spikes work, that kind of thing.
So this is where you were supposed to go first.
This is the very first thing you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so you're supposed to come here, do all this, grab some treasure, get your like first taste of some experience, and move on. So she basically says, oh hey, you got this ore, I'm really impressed. Cool, thanks.
The constant rolls is really bringing back Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, this is, and on the plus side though, by the end of this, we should be rolling much faster, which is good.
Okay.
So this is Kit Kat's house. She says, "Hey, I'm the blacksmith. I can upgrade your gear." Whoops, didn't check that real quick. Yeah, so we can talk to her, but she can only upgrade armor, so only the headpiece and the chest piece. She cannot upgrade weapons. We're gonna have to find someone else to upgrade our weapons later. But until then, we are introduced to the mages in the arcane head potters.
Head potters.
Head potters. And also, if anyone who's seeing this for the first time, it's like the art style, the map, oops, rolling the wrong way, all the puns, like this game is just great. I just freaking love this game.
It's adorable, honestly. All the puns and just the art style. I love everything about it.
And the dev confirmed for us that in character, they can see all the map lines and the letters on the ground. So I don't know if that means if they build a building, they have to carve in the name of the building into the floor. But, yeah. So we upgrade our magic, and then we come outside, and the guards here show up, and they're like, hey, we need to go, the mages are being bad, we're going to take them. And we're like, nah, we're not going to do that, we're going to defend the mages. So we beat up these guards, and we go back. And they're like, oh, so thank you so much. And at this point, Kiri's like, cool, we did it. We've met Kit Kat, we met the mages, we got our allies. Let's go back, take our throne. Take our throne back, because...
So this is like, you've now finished the tutorial.
No, essentially. No, we're going to go straight to reclaim our throne right now, right to the end. So on my screen that you're going to see in a second, there's Lioner and his 2 jesters. He is the usurper king of the cats. And we're coming to storm the Catpital. But he saunters off somewhere, so we're like, hey, no, come back here. We need to kill you. But he runs away, and our dog, thankfully, has the nose that knows. So we're going to follow our nose to Fruit Loops, and also wherever this path leads. But gasp! It's an ambush! And somehow we get teleported to this little island. And on the island, we end up having to face the jesters. Make quick work of them because we're still really buffed up. And then Liner's like, okay, fine, I'll just beat you up myself. And we're like, nah, we've got this super cheaty armor. But it turns out he is completely immune to all our attacks. That's going to make us taking back our thrones rather difficult. Fortunately, he's not very good at killing us either, so... and after a while, he's basically going to tell us, well, you guys suck. I don't know why I was worried about you. Have fun dying alone on this island. And he leaves. But thankfully, we are the King's Blood. And that lets us access this King Sigil, this little, I don't know, underground path that we can take. And it brings us through to this statue. And the statue tells us about the King's Blade. The King's Blade is a weapon that can defeat any foe. And we're like, oh, well, that's pretty cool. We have a foe that needs defeating. Tell me more about your King's Blade, good sir. And this sets in motion the main MacGuffin of the game. We're going to try to get the King's Blade.
Get that King's Blade as quickly as possible.
Exactly. So we get this sigil that tells us about the King's Blade. I don't know what it does. It never comes up. It just tells you about it. And off we go. We've returned back to the mainland. Yay! Cat is still completely naked, and Dog is just a machine. It's okay. We're going to remedy that soon. So Kiri shows up and goes, oh wow, you couldn't even touch Liner. That sucks. Let's go talk to Kit Kat about it. So as we roll over to Kit Kat, she's going to tell us how, like, hundreds of years ago, she was one of the people that forged the King's Blade. And through this little escort quest that we're going to be doing, she tells us that the King's Blade was like a, nuke level weapon, essentially, and that people started fighting over it, and it divided the populations of, cat and dog, because they were arguing who should have control over such a powerful creation, so to speak.
They actually go sounds like they go pretty in depth on the lore for this game then, like if there's established lifespans and things like that.
The only people we know of that have lived super long is Kit Kat, and you'll see later Mr. Hotto Doggo, the other blacksmith. Everyone else is lifespan indeterminate. The only time point we have to reference is when the first game happened, which was said to be 100 years ago, and Kit Kat was there. And then she also references herself being around at the, like when the King's Blade was forged, which was before the first game. So, but anyway, so what you're seeing right now is she brings us over to this area, tells us the story that I just told you, and says, hey, if you want to rebuild the King's Blade, beat me up. So we beat her up. And she's like, hey, you guys are pretty good.
Right.
Go to the tomb of King Leonardo, who was the king in the first game, and there's a shard of the King's Blade there. And we're like, well, you know what? Our cat is attracted to Kit Kat, and we will see if he will pursue that romance. Maybe. But until then, we are going to go to the King Leonardo ruins and collect the first of
You know a game's good when it's got romantic subplots.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're gonna go get the first shard of the King's Blade. Now, normally in the game, we have an XP route that we can take in order to level up during this upcoming fight. But as you can see, I'm already level 10, which means I missed the thing, and so we're not gonna get that. So don't worry about it. Forget about it.
Alright. Forget about it.
And we're gonna be picking up our first new item here. This is the Ninja Katana. The Ninja Katana gives us an additional gives us additional 20% crit chance on top of the base 20% crit chance.
Oh, nice.
And so what we're gonna do here is switch the Ranger Axe onto the cat and put the Ninja Katana on the dog. And now anytime we're gonna move, we're gonna switch to the cat and then switch back to the dog for fights. And that'll happen more and more as we get more Ranger items. That way
clever.
we can have a combo or a fighty character and a roly character.
Now, if the cat goes down in combat, is there a way to get them back up?
Yeah, so like you saw in the Forsaken Cave there, if one person falls down, they just kind of have like a little pick-me-up thing, and you just need to stand kind of around them for a bit, and then they come back. So we get the first shard, and we lock the ability of power rolling. So now we're like Sanic, we get all blue when we roll, and we do a tiny little bit of damage. It is irrelevant in terms of the speedrun. It doesn't make us go faster, and it's not going to kill anything. So, cool.
It's good to have anyway, I guess?
Yeah. So at this point, we have some exposition, and we're told, hey, let's go bring this back to Kit Kat. And we're like, nah, we're going to go get speedrun stuff. So we're going to go loot another section of the area. This one here we could actually probably be at this point in time. This is Whisk Cove. Come down here, please. Everybody come here.
No,
so
not Whisker, yeah.
Not Whisker, Whisk Cove. So this is the first, like, RNG part of the run. So in this cove, once we kill all the enemies, that skull chest in the bottom right is going to open. And that chest has a chance of dropping a ranger item. Not guaranteed, just a chance. So if we were trying to go for world record, if we don't get a ranger item here, specifically the ranger vest, we reset. We got a ninja hood, so that sucks, but it means we get Thug Cat. Alright, Thug Cat. There we go. One of the rare instances of Thug Cat, because normally we got Thug Dog in this situation. Alright. So, Thug Cat for life. Here we go. And we also picked up in that cave Berserk, which is a spell that boosts our melee damage. And that's going to be probably the final damage spell that we pick up over the course of the run, because there are two main bosses that we're going to be fighting a lot of. One is weak to magic, and one is immune to magic and weak to melee. So having Berserk is going to help us chop down that enemy. And now we go back to visit Kit Kat, and she's like, oh, hey, you got a shard. Cool. But if we want to put together the King's Blade, we're going to need to go talk to the other blacksmith who helped me build the King's Blade, Pato Doggo, who is a dog. And it looks like they had a bit of a falling out due to their, what's it called? Their not impact. The fact that they helped build the King's Blade, they kind of, secluded themselves and felt responsible. Think like, the scientist who made the nuke, right?
Yeah.
And also racism. So they're not friends currently, but she's gonna say, hey, you know what? This might be what we need right now to save ourselves from these kings. I'll take you to him, or at least to the continent, the Dog Kingdom, the Lupus Empire. And that's where we're gonna go. Do we get the staring contest? If we have time, yes. Any questions? You guys still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yep, sorry, I'm still snacking.
Nom 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 nom. So as we're crossing into the Dog Kingdom, we get ambushed on the bridge here by Lioner, and he's like, oh, where do you think you're going? And attacks us. For this fight, we won't need to end by these red lines, and we just need to kill the Jesters. So we're going to try to lure the whole fight down this way, and you can see the Jesters are a pain in the ass because they roll around, and they won't let us AoE them.
So at this point, the lion is still, like, immune?
Yep, he is still completely immune. You cannot touch him, and we've looked at the actual code of the game. He is completely immune for everything. But we lure him over, and Kit Kat throws up these red lines, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? Get back here. And for whatever reason, he can't get through those red lines. We asked the dev, and they're like, they're just red lines that stop people from crossing them. That's in-game red lines.
It's considered rude to cross the red lines.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't do that. And the only people we see actually be able to summon the red lines is Kit Kat and Kiri later on. So, OP red line summoning.
There's a conspiracy in there somewhere.
Exactly. So welcome to the Lupus Empire. It's very deserty. We come all the way over here to Hato Doggo's shack, and if you look on the side, you can see there's a samurai sword. Oh yeah, the dog puns are real here. There's Pound Town, there's Doge Town, there's what else is there? There's a whole bunch of stuff. The Barkara Desert.
This is too good.
So we're trying to get through this wall, and the guards are like, "You're not allowed through. Sorry, too bad." And we're gonna end up going to bribe a dog biscuit salesman to give us some dog biscuits so we can get through. So we talk to this person who's like, "There's a dog biscuit salesman over there." And then we're gonna go find our dog biscuit salesman, and she's gonna be like, "I'll sell you dog biscuits for 1 million gold." And yeah.
And that's when you beat her up.
No, that's when she's like, "Or you can go get this bone that I lost in this cave. It's very sentimental to me." And we're like, "Yeah, we'll do that one."
A sentimental bone.
Sentimental bone. It's got a ribbon on it and everything. So we're gonna come to this cave. We're level 17. Everything here is level 25. So we don't really want to fight stuff, and we don't have to fight stuff. That's good.
Yeah, you just sonic through them.
Yeah, we're just gonna lure them over here, freeze them in place, and we're actually gonna pick up another treasure chest in here, the fire staff. Remember that staff? It'll come into play at the very end of the game. Then we're gonna grab the regular bone, and away we go. These little crystal-y things that are shooting work the same way as spikes in that they do percentage of max health damage. So no matter what our armor is, if we move through those or get hit by those too much, we will die in 5 hits no matter what. Those are annoying, to say the least, especially when you're doing like a higher percent type run. Because even when you're like 100%, I've got all the end game armor, you walk over 5 spikes, you die. So we brought the guards, and we're gonna come on up to the Doge Town where we get our our first view of the Dog King, Wolfen the Labrathor. And it's made clear to us that he is a tyrannical leader who kind of rules by fear. So everyone around him is very, very scared. So the guards immediately attack us because they recognize that we were a specifically wanted couple. But when we beat them up, they're like, "Oh, you guys are strong. Don't hurt me either. I'll tell you whatever you want." The citizens of the Dog Empire are quite, how do I put it, oppressed. They're very traumatized.
Oppressed.
We're dogs.
Okay.
And then we finally find Hoto Doggo with his nice little samurai whistle sound effect. And we find him, and he's like, "Oh, hey, who are you two? You guys don't smell the same as the bad guys. Fight me." And we're like, "Okay. Whatever you want, crazy dog, hot dog, samurai man." And he's coming way, way over this way, which is interesting. We want to get him before he puts up... There we go. Get a new record for how far I've knocked Hoto Dog away from his starting location. The little tornado thing that he put up stops us from attacking, so we want to kill him as fast as we can before he puts up multiple versions of that thing.
And obviously now you're friends.
Yes, he beats us. We beat him up, then he's like, "I can smell you guys are king's blood," and we're like, "Yes," and he's like, "Cool, come to my hot dog shack." So in here, notably, you can see a little hot dog sitting on the side of his forge there.
Yep.
And he talks, like, some of the quotes, like, yeah, when he leaves, I'll show you what he says. But right now, we're going to upgrade our... no, we don't actually do anything now. No, we're going to do a detour now. Sorry, this is the new route. Just got to remember, because I don't have my splits, we're going to go on an adventure.
Okay.
It's adventure time. So, right now, the game wants us to go to the King Wolfhauser ruins and get the next shard. What we're going to do is go on a giant magical adventure of theft. Going to places we should not go, and then spending all our money to upgrade our Digikatana to be a weapon of mass destruction. So we're going to go past all these level 45 jellies. Nope, we're level 23. And this is the Throne of Lupus. This is Wolfen's HQ. We don't care about that. I'm going to come over here to the Tomb of the Follower. And that's the Follower. He's a little bouncy dude. But we don't care about him. We don't care about anything in here. We're going to steal this spell called Graviruff. Graviruff puts down a little black hole that doesn't kill anything, but it pulls stuff in. And we're going to use that to just abuse the hell out of the enemies, to bunch stuff up for AoEs, to pull things away from stuff we want to loot. It's just dirty.
Good thing to have.
Good tool to have. Yes, exactly. And now we're gonna come here into the ultimate stash and go pick up a key, which is thankfully unguarded. Normally you get a little like puzzle on how to find it, because this is just a big, large open space. But if you know which way to go, it's very easy to just go pick up.
Nice.
And that key opens up the hidden stash, which is this unlabeled cave. You can tell someone didn't want anyone to find it because they didn't inscribe the name on the floor. And for this is a level 99 Skeleton King. But we want to steal his stuff. So we're going to use Graveruff to pull him into this corner, de-aggro him, and take all his money. Note each one of those coins is $999.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to hit him a whole bunch. We get our mana back, lure him up to the top, and we can just get far enough away to de-aggro him so we can leave and ignore fighting him any further. Thanks.
That is wild.
And we're going to grab this King's Marker and teleport exactly back to where we were, and now continue our adventure with $15,000 more. Thanks.
Imagine being charged with protecting some treasure chests, and some guys come in. They don't even fight you. They just like roll around you a whole bunch, steal everything, and then before you can get to them, and then you're just stuck there with a bunch of empty treasure chests.
Yep. So now we're going to come back to Hot Doggo. Yes, we are looking to upgrade our hot dog, and we're going to put all the money we have so far into our ninja katana. Bam!
You need that strong ninja katana.
We need that strong ninja katana.
All right,
and now we're going to get the second shard inside the Wolfhauser ruins. So there you can see we enter, but Wolfen is already there, and we're like, okay, crap, we gotta hustle. But unfortunately, there's puzzles and stuff in between, and somehow Wolfen makes no progress from when we enter to when we get there. Just like standing there, monologuing, I guess.
He's just thinking about his monologue.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stare at this, and when they walk in, then I'm gonna say something. It's gonna be great.
So good.
Gotta think of a good dog pun. maybe a cat pun too. Weave the two together. So this little section that I'm in right now, we don't have to fight all these stone orbs, so we're trying to aggro them from across the way so that we can, there we go, only have to kill the last one, and the other ones move far enough away that they will just naturally de-aggro.
Cool.
In another run, we'd go open one of the chests here, but since we got a Skeleton King crown and the Skeleton King armor, it means we don't have an open head slot. If you pick up duplicate items in this game, instead of you having two of them, they actually stack and their like stats combine. It's not a deal whether we get one or the other because the total stats are the same, but the biggest difference is whether or not we have an open hat slot. And because of the fact we have one of each, we don't have an open hat slot, so we're not going to open that secret chest.
All right.
Yeah. If we did open the chest, then we'd have a random chance to get a Bard hat, and the Bard hat gives us double mana regen, and that obviously makes things really, really good.
Yeah.
But that's not what's going on right now, so we're going to go confront Wolfen. Now, while I'm fighting him, I'll just kind of explain what's going to happen, because once we kill Wolfen, he's going to disappear, and the shard is going to disappear, and this messenger is going to show up, and he's going to be like, hey, ha 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 ha, this was all an illusion, sucks to be you, we already have the shard. And then he's like, please don't rough me up. So I want you guys to decide the fate of our messenger right now. Are we roughing him up or not?
I think we have to rough him up, just because it is a dog pun.
All right.
Oh, dang, you're right.
Messenger will be roughed up. Alright, sorry, buddy. We'll flame per you so it's noble. Bye. The commentary has spoken.
Oh, that's so sad.
Destroyed.
That was so sad to watch.
If you walk and stand right beside them, he will actually take a swing at you for 1 damage.
Oh, I feel less bad now.
What a jerk! He deserved it.
So as we exit the ruins, actual Wolfen is there with his army and goes, "Aha! We've got you surrounded. Sucks to be you." And Doggo ninjas us away to safety. But now we're at the point where we're like, "Crap! Wolfen has the shard. We need the shard. I guess we're gonna go get the shard back from his castle." And Kiri's like, "My plan is Hotto has a plan." And Hotto's plan is like, "Cool, this is my plan. Let's go outside to talk about my plan." So we go outside again. And when we come outside, we are encountered by the Canine, Wolfen's Secret Service. So we're going to beat him up, and that's when Hotodoggo goes, ah, crap, they found us. Our plan is ruined. You will have to have a direct assault. And he gives us two options. Option one, go straight along that path we actually took before we went to the ruins, except now it is covered with canine patrols. The second option is to go through the Barkara Desert, which is longer, but probably safer. But thankfully for us, since we had an earlier adventure, we're going to take the third option, which is take the waypoint back. And dodge all of this. Normally in a regular... No, cactus, fuck off. Are you... Okay. Third option. No, stop aggroing more cactuses. Okay, there we go. These cactuses are really annoying because they run away from you when you try to attack. So if you're trying to interact with something and you get a cactus on you, oh my god. Alright, so we skip the whole dodging the canine section. And Wolfen says, hey, I need to go speak to Master Alias. And we're like, okay, we're going to come kill you. So we head inside his castle and we realize it is a portal to the Zero Dimension. And we see Wolfen speaking with Alias, the big bad guy who corrupted them in the first place. And he's like, what are you guys doing here? Well, whatever, I'll kill you anyway. And this is where we really get to see the benefit of Graveruff, because he makes all these clones, but with Graveruff, we can kind of pull them into a, I don't know, area together and just murder them like this. As opposed to you can see the other ones are trying to like run away. And
you're basically trying to kill one person at a time kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all in the same place.
And we're 28, and this is a level 35 fight. Any of those magic spells that Wolfen was casting could one-shot us at this point. Definitely cat and possibly dog, depending on what hit us. So after we defeat that, Kiri drops down some more red lines to trap Wolfen, and we're going to steal the shard and peace out of there.
Yoink.
Yoink.
So how many shard pieces are there to collect?
There are 3 shards of the King's Blade.
We have 2 already?
We have 2 already. I know, super good. So Hotodoggo said it's time to cook the hot dog, and by that we assume it means make the King's Blade. So we're gonna go rendezvous with Kit Kat and try to find the final shard. See, we're doing so good, guys. That's over here. So we're back in Felongard, the Cat Kingdom. And we're going to dodge this little dragon. And this is where Kit Kat and Hotodoggo have a begrudging rendezvous, because they each have half of a, I don't know, emblem that reveals the path to the 3rd shard. So we get a little puzzle. The puzzle is this: north of the capital till you're near the ocean, something something, burned woods. We know where it is already. Let's go. There it is. It's on screen. Nice. Near the ocean, next to the trees of black. There's literally only one spot it could be. It's not a hard riddle. And we're going to head here into the Pern Cave. Now, Pern Cave is very high level, but thankfully, Graveruff lets us
You don't have to deal with it.
Sorry? Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, we get to pull everything right out of the way and don't have to fight stuff. Before we incorporated Graveruff, this room sucked. It was absolutely terrible. But now it's not. So inside there, we learn that the shard is actually somewhere else. So we're going to follow those directions to go to that somewhere else.
Now, I noticed you just rolled through the forest and, like, basically died?
It just does damage to us and makes little cute cat noises. That's it. So Kiri here basically tells us that the shard is over across the lake. And you guys, can I ask you a question? If one needed to cross a small body of water, maybe about 200 feet wide, what method would you think that you would
like
use to do that? Yeah, like you're near a fishing village. There's a body of water. How would you cross said body of water, like realistically?
Presumably a boat of some kind or a raft.
See, that's how fools think. Cats would just learn to walk on water, because that is the most natural way to do that.
Cats
So,
are indeed
yeah.
water repellent, of course.
We need to cross that small little chunk of water, and for whatever reason, the way we're gonna do it is, oops, I'm out of mana. Is we're gonna learn how to walk on water, and the mayor of the fishing village is thankfully gonna help us, because there's nothing else he
That's
could
how we
use
get
his
off
political influence to do for us in this situation.
They teach all the fish to walk on water, and then it's just super easy to collect them.
Yeah, exactly. So part of the main quest, we get the Ranger cap. So we're gonna lose Thug Cat, and now we're gonna get Robin Hood Cat. This is where you can see if we had the Ranger vest, we would now have the full Ranger outfit now, and we'd be rolling really, really good. Otherwise, we're just doing this side quest now, where we are collecting the journal and artifacts of water walking that was left by the original governor of this town in the first Cat Quest game. So the first in the first Cat Quest, you learn how to walk on water as well. But his great grandson has forgotten how to do that, so we're gonna help him recollect and re-research this thing.
I like the continuity between them.
Yeah. We're gonna use Graveruff once again to pull the enemies away so we can interact with the thing we want to interact with. And at this point, everything is very, very high level, and our Skeleton King armor is starting to kind of plateau in its usefulness. So you can see everything's level 55, and we're level, like, 39. But that makes the spikes the least intimidating thing.
You did gain levels surprisingly fast, though.
Yeah, so that was, in the original run of this game, we would go to a special cave, actually, the one pot cave that you kind of saw us pass by. And that has a bunch of random chests that have experience and money and whatnot. It's like a big maze. So we would come all the way over here and grab all the ones that were, you know, just open and available for us to take. And we'd go from level 1 to like 15 just by grabbing these chests. But in playing the game, we realized that the amount of XP you get from just quests in general is enough to make us high enough level, so it's not really a big deal, so we just skipped it. Here's the first governor. He's big and beefy. He's got a nice mustache. Very, very much different from his younger progeny, offspring? I don't know.
Mustache, you could say.
So this is, I'd say, the hardest fight in the game. Because we need to kill this guy. He puts up a big shield, and there's all these little orby dudes around the place. You can see how hard this guy freaking hits. And his attack range is like just a bit. Oh no. Oh no. That's a bad place for us to be. His attack range is like just the length of an unaltered roll. So when we're trying to dodge with the cat, or with the dog, sorry, if we don't time it right, we will not get out in time. That's bad.
Rough.
That's rough. Yeah, it's very, very rough.
Rough. I get it. I get it.
I know, thankfully all the little orb add-ons disappear when we kill the main guy. So we just need to kill him. And we were trying to pull him into the corner so we had a minimal amount of adds, but it depends kind of how the AI comes in to help attack, because it'll slightly influence the knockback on the enemy.
Oh, now you have to beat up the guy with the
Now we have to
mustache.
beat up the other guy. He's like, oh, you beat up this giant robot. Cool. Now beat me up. And we're like, yes, okay. He is very,
Obviously,
very
that means
easy.
no match for me.
He takes a swing every now and then. The normal strat should have been to Graveruff him up to the top, but we're not doing that. Because I'm too busy talking and entertaining. So he says, cool, you passed the test. Have the artifact of water walking. And then he tells his son, yes, my spirit can now rest. Cool. And we peace out. But strangely, we appear on the middle of this island, and the younger governor says, here, have this dumbbell for no reason. And now we can water walk. Just in case our water walking didn't work, have this weight.
Now, you didn't say that you could water roll.
Correct. As soon as you turn, you just go underwater, and the heels of your souls are just like... Or like the bottom of your feet are like under the water and you just can't get up. So now that we have water walking, we can get to this place. This is the Lonely Cave. This is the super boss of the game. Inside the Lonely Cave is the Lonely Hedgehog, which is a level 200 hedgehog that knows all the spells in the game.
Jesus.
What?
But we're just gonna Graveruff him over there and go steal his stuff. There is one chest that you cannot open unless you kill him, so we're not going to be able to get that, but we are going to be able to get the Jester suit, which is really nice, and then quit warp out of there so we don't have to deal with him at all. And conveniently, quit warping brings us back to the fishing village, which you'll note is not where we appeared after finishing the water walking quest.
So it's a little quicker to get there, I guess.
Yeah, it is much quicker to get there. So now we can equip all this stuff. We're going to actually put some armor on the cat just for shits and giggles because we have the space. And what the Jester set does is it gives us passive attack speed. It gives us, so combined, like 300 magic, 300 melee, but we lose all our armor. To put it into perspective, we were getting like 100 of each. Or 100 total from the skeleton armor stuff. We've basically tripled our stats that we were getting, but we've lost all our armor, and that's very unfortunate. So you'll note here in this fight, this is for the third shard, this frost dragon, that we're going to chunk right through it, but it will also murder us if it hits us with anything. But you can see we're doing like 800, 900, whatever damage now.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out. So this is the armor that's going to take us through to the end of the game. And we get the third shard. Yay! We got the third shard.
That's
we now have all the shards of the King's Blade. It is time to build our nuke. So we come out, we meet up with Kit Kat and Hotto Doggo, and we're like, yeah, we got all the shards. Cool, let's go build the shards. All we gotta do is go in, and then all of a sudden, everything goes all weird, and we appear in the 0 dimension. And this is the spoiler. So, sorry guys, but thank you for sacrificing your spoiler. We appear in the 0 dimension, and Alias takes all our shards, and starts mocking us and says, haha, you fallen into our plan. And he lets Lioner and Wolfen remove their helmets to reveal that they are us. Yes.
From the future.
So it turns out that the corrupted kings were in fact, the corrupted kings, and Kiri pulled us, younger versions of themselves, from an alternate timeline. Because the only weapon that can defeat Alias is the King's Blade, and the only people that can wield the King's Blade are the kings. So if those two kings are corrupted, there ain't nothing stopping Alias.
And obviously she pulled you through time with the help of Dr. Manhattan.
She pulled us through time with the help of the mages, and it's actually neat, because when you show up to the mages the first time, you kind of interrupt a conversation, and the mages they're talking about, like, alternate timelines and parallel dimensions, but it's so early in the game that you think that's just like, these crazy nerds talking about parallel dimensions and alternate timelines.
Normal conversation.
Yeah.
I have normal conversations about parallel dimensions all the time.
So anyway, Kiri apologizes and asks us to forgive her, and we do because we're not assholes. And now we're gonna go fight the evil cat and the evil Kit Kat, evil Hotto Doggo. They're like, I don't know, depression made manifest to snap them out of their funk. So again, like the first fight with Hotto Doggo, he's got that little stupid tornado that stops us from being able to attack. So we just want to make sure we kill him before they get to put it up a second time. That would waste however long it takes.
Wow. Quick work.
Yeah. We've just got our upgrade, so the next little bit of things are going to be quite fast, and then it'll taper off as we get towards the end. After this fight, Kit Kat and Hotto Doggo make up, and they're like, friends forever? And they're like, yeah, friends forever. Forever. And that opens up the door out of the 0 dimension. So notably, the 0 dimension is basically like a prison dimension, like the Phantom Zone. And while you're in it, all your like fears and concerns are made manifest, and you basically become evil and crazy. So in Cat Quest lore, if you played the first game, you'll know that Alias used to be like a human, just a regular human, and he was kind of shifty before and acted against the other humans that he was working with, and they threw him into the 0 dimension, and he turned into whatever he is now after being trapped there for like hundreds of years.
Yeah, I've seen the Watchmen. I know what happened to Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. That.
Sure.
So we appear now, as we exit, not back where we started, but on the King's Paw. And we've lost our ability to water walk, which we just got, and we've lost our ability to paw roll, and we lost our ability to paw smash, which I didn't even talk about at all, so you don't have to worry about that. Which is just like bonus crits. But you can see at the top of the screen, Felonguard's tomb, the original, the first king of the cats. We found his tomb, but in order to get inside, we need to go get stuff from these caves. Look at the back sides of those coffins that are jumping. They've got exposed butts.
Great attention to detail here in this game.
That is an integral part of cat and dog culture. Butts.
That actually gives away the twist at the end.
Exactly. The final boss is a butt.
It's like Voldemort.
There is a Harry Potter quest in this, actually, where you help Mumblepaw fight against Frindlemeow. But we're not going to be doing that. Watch my 100% run with dev commentary to see that. And Minerva, that was the other one. So after we go through those 3 caves, we're allowed to enter King Felonguard's tomb, and we talk to this thing, and it says, a king doesn't need a blade or trinket, all he needs is his allies. And we're like, you know what? That's really inspirational. I think we can walk on water again. And so we do.
Naturally.
Naturally. I know that's what my cat does whenever I give it a pep talk. So, coming out, we've regained our water walking, but we're still missing the shards. So, you know, we can't water walk Alias to death, so we gotta figure out what's going on. So our next step is going to be to spy on Lionel and Wolfen, because they think we're trapped in the Zero Dimension forever, and we're not. So we're gonna take this opportunity of them thinking we're dead to gather intelligence.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna follow Kiri here and go do some spying. This is a good... Ow, hiccup. This is a good time if you guys have any questions, any lingering thoughts that I can answer.
No, I mean, you've been pretty good at explaining most of it.
Cool.
I did see like those little blue orbs on the ground. What are those?
The blue orbs are experience.
Oh, all right.
Blue orbs are XP. Yellow is money. Yep. So we spy on Lionel, and Lionel says... because Lionel and Wolfen, despite working for the same person, still don't like each other. They're still hella racist. So Lionel's like, I'm going to invade Wolfen. I'm going to go through the Zero Dimension straight to his castle and kill him. And then we go spy on Wolfen, and Wolfen's like, Lionel's an idiot. He's going to try to attack through the Zero Dimension. I'm going to set an ambush and kill him. But in that conversation, he also mentions that King Lupus's tomb exists, and to set up some extra kind of watches around there to make sure we don't go nearby. And we're like, okay, something is in the tomb of King Lupus, you say. So we're gonna go investigate that, but we're gonna go say hi to Cthulhu first. Hello, Cthulhu. Hi, Cthulhu.
That's so good.
Cthulhu is a big super boss. He will destroy us if we try to attack him right now. Yeah, so we come all the way, come to talk to Hotodago about King Lupus, and he's like, oh, hey, that's a good idea. It's in the middle of the desert, and also, I have the keys. Here. Thanks. We're like, cool. Thanks. Thanks, hot dog. And we're going to take these keys and mosey on to the the tomb of King Lupus. So as you can see, a lot of this run is movement optimization, making sure we're running in the straightest line possible, and then fight optimization. We want to try to group enemies up as much as possible, because even melee attacks, if we have the enemies grouped enough, can hit multiple enemies at the same time. Therefore, stuff dies faster. Therefore, faster combat, speed run. Gotta go fast.
Now, is there any way to those blue spikes that you were saying, the things that shoot at you?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to time that properly, or do you just like roll through it and hope that?
For most of this, we go through. In any percent, it doesn't really matter if we take damage in most situations. In 100%, we actually have a shield that can stop damage from those, but not spikes. Just the little blue balls.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, so we go to the statue in King Lupus's tomb, and it says, hey, it's not about what you can take, but what you can give. And we're like, you know what? That makes sense. We have all our powers back. And at this point, we're going to go talk. We're like, hey, we have our powers back, but we don't have the shards. What do we do? And Kiri's like, you know what? I have a plan. Follow me. And we're like, hold on. We're going to upgrade our fire staff for a very important reason later. We're going to dump all our money into this fire staff. Beep. And then we follow Kiri out, and she's going to tell us the master plan. Are you ready? This is what we're going to do. First, we're going to go to the capital and kill Lioner. Then, we're going to go to the throne of Lupus and kill Wolfen. Cool? Any questions?
A lot of murder going on.
That is literally the plan. So the more you play this game, the more you realize the moral of the story is be friends or die. There's no in between. We don't try to make friends more than once. Just this is your one chance.
Vaguely threatening.
Yes. Okay, so now we've come to the capital. We're gonna go fight Wolfen, but we're gonna put on our this fire wand that we got, because Wolfen is still 100% resistant, or sorry, not Wolfen, Lioner is still 100% resistant to melee damage, and that sucks.
Okay.
So we got this fire wand because not only does it do magic damage, but it also gives us plus 15% damage on our flame purr, which is the one spell we've been using to do damage this entire game. That's nice.
That's helpful.
Everything here is level 80, or around level 80, and we are not level 80. We're like 60 maybe. So a lot of this fight is going to be us using Graviruff to keep stuff off of us, and then pew-pew-pewing with our wand. Notably, the wand, equipping a wand reduces your max health by 50%. So you'll notice Dog has very, very low health.
That is...
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So what we're going to try here to do is make sure the auto attack is hitting Lioner as much as possible, and that we are killing all the adds with like incidental damage of us using Flame Purr.
Yeah.
Because Lioner has way more health than everything else. So if we want to do this fast, we want to bunch them up and dodge their attacks. If we get hit by pretty much any one of them, we will most likely die.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep going. This is not great because Cat is like, I don't know what Cat is doing over there, but they're all just aggroing the Cat. If the AI uses a spell, it doesn't take mana. But the AI still needs to attack to restore its actual mana for us to use it. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So ideally in this fight, the AI will just like randomly drop Graviruffs for us, so that we don't have to waste time trying to like use the Cat to get mana back. Once we knock him down once, he takes off his helmet and says, I'm gonna kill you. Essentially. And he puts up this shield that's like a big super AoE slow. But he's just one guy, and with only melee attacks, so Graviruff. Yeah, so he basically can't do much to us. We just need to make sure that we have a Graviruff ready for when he puts up his big slow orb. Because it does damage to us when we're near it. It slows us. It's just very bad to be in range of.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. All right, so we kill Lioner, and we're gonna do a couple things before we leave. We legitimately kill him. Not like, oh hey, your jig is up. No, you are dead. Thanks.
Your jig is up.
So we kill Lioner. We're gonna switch our wand off so that we get our health refilled by the quest complete that we're gonna get from this. And then Kiri says a teary goodbye to Lioner, because just like she's our companion right now, she was the companion of Lioner and Wolfen before they got corrupted. Sad.
A lot more emotion in this than I was expecting.
I know, right? It's so teary. So now we've killed Lioner. Now it's time to execute part B of Kiri's master plan. Go kill Wolfen.
Good plan.
Roll on over here. And time to go kill Wolfen. Now, Wolfen is heavily resistant to magic, but weak to melee. So this is where we're going to make use of Berserk more than everything, and we're not really going to use any other offensive magic. We're just going to Graviruff him and smack him. But he does use a lot of magic. He has basically access to all the really strong magic in the game. So we need to make sure that we don't get hit, because a lot of his spells will one-shot us, including one that can kill us in the ending cutscene.
Ooh.
Because it's like a delayed attack thing. That's why they call me the Labrathor. So we're gonna make quick work of his canine, and this is phase 1. He has 3 phases. A lot of this is just knowing what his attack cycles are like, and making sure we are not getting hit by his ice attack or the lightning attack. So it's like rolling in, rolling out, rolling in, rolling out. When you play this game casually, this is like the hardest fight, hands down. It gets out of hand really fast because he shoots orbs everywhere. It's just, oh my god, it's terrible. But if with enough practice, you too can kill Wolfen. So he takes off his helmet and he tells his canine, hey, kill them or I'll kill you. And they're like, well, that seems like a dumb bargain, so we're just gonna leave now. And he's like, ah, traitors. He makes some clones for himself. We go kill that clone, and now we are gonna face his final form where he's gonna use all the crazy spells, including Celestial, which is like a super duper super strong spell. And we want to make sure he doesn't put it down near the end, which I think we're good. You can see right before we finish killing him, he drops one more due to our timing. And if that happens to be right where we spawn for this cutscene, it will be on us when we spawn for the cutscene, and we die.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. So Wolfen dies, and Alias shows up and goes, so I guess it wasn't power or fear that would win the day. I've seen this play out in infinite timelines, and this is the only one where unity prevails. Maybe you are the chosen ones, or whatever he says. And then a giant black hole appears in the middle of the ocean, and he beckons to us, come to me, my pets. And we're like, yes, we should do that. But first, it's time for a fun little side game. First, we're going to come to this guy here in Northwatch, and we're going to do a little mini thing. Normally, this is an incentive, but we didn't have any incentive, so we're doing it anyway. This guy says, hey, you have formidable eyes. Can you lend me 2 minutes of your time? We're going to do this level 100 quest called the Epic Stare Down. This is a audience participation activity. I want you all to stretch your eyes with me. Now, Grim and Mila, you guys are going to be a little bit off sync because just follow along with what's happening on screen. All right? follow my visual, not my words, because I'm going to be talking to them. So this soldier says, I'm on standby, but I'm very sleepy. I've got to stay awake. Let's have a stare down. First cat to blink within 2 minutes loses. All right? So we're going to have a stare down. I'm going to stare at you guys in the audience. All right? And I'm just going to mash through text, and I want you to stare back at me without blinking. All right? If you fail, I need you to post in chat. If you succeed at the end, post in chat as well and let us know. Ready? This is going to be cool. This is also super fun. He says, I dig that enthusiasm, strange looking cat. Just tell me whenever you're ready. Are you guys ready? 2 minutes starts. Meow. No blinking. All right, so I do this every time I do this run for a marathon most of the time, and I think I'm pretty good at it. My eyes actually feel a little bit decent right now. The hardest part is when stuff starts popping up on screen. My eyes tend to want to look down, but you guys might not have that issue. You guys do have that issue. You're looking at me and I'm talking. Is my mouth confusing you guys? I don't know. We're gonna have to keep our eyes open for a bit. Eventually your eyes might glaze over and it might be really hard to blink or not blink, but I feel when the full glaze takes effect, that's when you can really power through it. You get this protective glazy shielding on your eyes to stop you from needing to blink, and it's pretty useful. So you could say I'm a bit of a pro at this, but I believe in you guys. I will lend you my power to become professional blinkers like me. All right, so now we need to just beat this cat here, and I don't know if you can look at the screen. If you looked at the screen right now, you probably lost, but if you didn't look at the screen, I'm going to tell you what's on the screen. People are gathering around, and they're commenting. They're like, oh my god, there's a staring contest. This is so intense. Who's going to win? And it's just going back and forth. It's not really going back and forth. I mean, the stairs are going back and forth, but we don't know, that doesn't tell you anything. You don't see any strain. We don't see any veins. And anyway, at some point, the other cat goes, oh my god, Operation Plan B, calling Kit Kat. And our cat goes, what? Kit Kat? I like Kit Kat. And we lose. So congratulations if you lasted all the way to the end. Give yourself a yay in chat, the yay emote if you passed, and a nay if you failed.
I think I got out 2 seconds before the end of that. I almost made it.
If you made it to where the screen scrolls over to Kit Kat, that's where I basically count the end, because that is when our cat changes their focus.
I will call it a win then.
Good. Congratulations to everyone who won. So now we're going to go fight Alias. So we head over here, and Alias says, "I'm waiting my pets." And this is where kind of the cyclical time kind of comes in. We talk to him, and he tries to corrupt us. He goes, this timeline had the most potential. I've searched an eternity for something like you. You should join me, and we'll bring everlasting peace. And we're like, no, we've literally heard this one before. No. So we reject our offer of being corrupted, and we've just defeated a regular staring contest, so it only seems fitting if we end with the greatest adversary of all, a giant eyeball.
A giant eyeball.
Yeah. So, here we fight Alias's true form here, this big eye. Now, the fight here depends a lot on what the hands do. We don't need to kill the hands, but they could shoot the cat. Like, they could attack the cat, or they could attack us. So, if they were to attack the cat the whole time there, we wouldn't need to worry about, dodging. So after we kill that first phase, Kit Kat and Hotto Doggo show up, and they're like, "Hey, we're your friends, we believe in you." And we're like, "What?" Through the power of friendship, sword. The King's Blade manifests itself through all our love and good feelings, and we are going to use it to do what we do to people who don't want to be friends. Murder them.
The only solution.
The only solution.
So we use the King's Blade to absolutely destroy Alias.
Wow.
It does like 800% damage to him. Fun fact, as soon as you leave this, if you try to hit regular things with it, it's only level 1 and it sucks. It's like only good at killing Alias. But gasp.
Dr. Manhattan is back.
And with that done, Kiri tells us, "Hey, we've killed Alias," because she doesn't know what we just saw. And in order to, fix the timeline and prevent any paradoxes, she needs to send us back to our original timeline, which will wipe our memory. And that's all very, very sad. So she asks us to meet back where everything started. Kit Kat and Hotto Doggo come and bid us farewell. And we have one final group hug. And that is Cat Quest 2, any percent.
Woo! That was pretty good. Literally 1 hour on the dot.
101, including the staring contest. The world record for this is 51 something. Kura, what's your record? I know I saw you in chat. Anyway, we get this extra text here. So it was a success. The King's Blade was reforged. Yes, only one artifact remains now. And then the apocalypse shall be upon us.
Apocalypse?
Anyway, there we go. Cat Quest 2.
Awesome.
In its entirety. Now, if this game looked interesting to you, I definitely recommend picking it up. There's a Possum Pack on Steam where you get Cat Quest 1 and 2 as a combo deal. Cat Quest 1 is only single player, but in Cat Quest 2, you can play couch co-op where one controls a cat, one controls a dog. This game is super fun. I went beeline through, the story, but there is so much content, so many puns that we missed, so much cool stuff, and like you kind of saw, the storyline is pretty deep. It is super fun. You're not going to lose out on anything from going to play this game, from watching this and going to play this game. I highly recommend it. Hopefully someone can post the Discord link in chat. But yeah, that's it. That was Cat Quest 2. Thank you so much. You can check out me on Twitch right here. Drop a follow. And also Gumjaw on YouTube has all my other runs of this. You can see 100%, all items, all quests, all dungeons, all whatever, Lupus percent, co-op runs. I do a bunch of Cat Quest stuff. This is my jam right now. Thank you for coming. Stay tuned for more Swift-a-thon. And actually, give one more round of applause or emojis or whatever for Grimbone and Mila for hanging out with me for this time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, this is fun.
All right. And with that, coming up next, I believe it is Arkadarp with Super Mario Sunshine. So we're going to go from cats and dogs to plumbers and pinata.
Dinosaurs.
What are they? Pineapples?
Dinosaurs and mushrooms.
Piantas? Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back as we get that set up. Don't move.